For almost 30 years, Voller Law Firm has been winning serious injury and death cases for clients. They have collected millions of dollars on behalf of their clients and belong to the prestigious $1 Million Advocates Forum. When insurance or a wrongdoer won't pay for what they took from you, go with an award-winning firm with a track record of results. At Voller Law Firm, results matter. Make sure you go with lawyers that have the experience, ability, and financial power to hold those that hurt you accountable. Put your trust in Voller Law Firm. Give them a call at 662-323-0083.
You're listening to Thunder and Lightning on SuperTalk Mississippi, covering Mississippi State sports like nobody else. With Sports Talk Mississippi's Brian Hadad and Robbie Faulk of On3 Sports. Now get ready for Thunder and Lightning.
This is Thunder and Lightning here on Super Talk Mississippi. Brian Hadad and Robbie Faulk here with you on a Wednesday morning. Thanks for joining us here at supertalk.fm or wherever it is that you get podcasts from. We appreciate you guys out there, our great listeners, especially our servicemen and women out there taking care of us. I want to thank our sponsors over at Strange Brew Coffee House and Churn and Spoon Ice Cream. Start your day the right way with a trip to the drive-thru over at Strange Brew Coffee House here in Starkville or at Brupolo over in Tupelo. It'd be a little weird, Robbie, if Brupolo was in Yarborough.
That'd be a little weird.
Wherever you are in our great state.
Yarborough?
Yarborough would work. It actually would. That would work. Yeah, that's good.
Might not be as weird as we think.
Wherever you are in our great state, you can enjoy Strange Brew Coffee each and every morning. It's just a click away at strangebrewcoffeehouse.com. The Mississippi Beef Council wants to remind you that beef, it is what's for dinner. If you're cooking out this weekend, nothing beats the sizzle of beef on the grill. If you're just watching the games at home or if you're going to be in the junction, one way or the other, make beef the star of the show. Make everybody jealous when they walk by your tent with beef on the grill. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Thanks to our friends, the Mississippi Beef Council. College Corner, collegecornerstore.com is the place to find the maroon and white merchandise that you're looking for. And you are looking for it. You need new gear. It's a great new season. You want to get some new stuff. Hey, white out next week. If you don't have a white Mississippi State polo with the interlocking logo on it, they've got them at College Corner. 2 locations in the Jackson area, Ridgeland by Fleet Feet, Flow by the Half Shell, or shop online at collegecornerstore.com. Restaurant Tyler is Starkville's flagship restaurant for lunch, dinner, or Sunday brunch. The best meal in town is always at Restaurant Tyler. If you enjoy a fantastic lunch at Restaurant Tyler, you're a lucky, lucky person. I will be doing that this week for sure, and you need to be joining me on that one. The best blue plate in the state of Mississippi. Great choices for meats and veggies. Cornbread, it's all right there for you at Restaurant Tyler. If you want to have a fantastic meal today, make it easy on yourself. Head over to Restaurant Tyler. Priority One Bank, 16 locations here to serve you throughout central Mississippi. Let PriorityOneBank.com be your guide and show you not only how they're going to help you invest and manage your money, but help you prepare for the future. Now more than ever, when you have questions about your money, you need answers. You need to get those answers from a bank that knows you the way they know your money. That's Priority One Bank. Let Priority One Bank make you their priority. It's Rumblings Day here on the podcast. We are, as always, on the Rumblings, brought to you by the good folks over at Paul Davis Restoration. When disaster strikes, you need a name you can trust. Paul Davis Restoration is here to help you recover from water, fire, mold, and storm damage 24/7. Their expert team provides fast, professional service to restore your home or business to its original condition. But they don't stop at just restoration. They offer property improvement services to make your space better than ever. Paul Davis Restoration, because your recovery and property improvement are their priorities. Call them at 662-769-7285. Let them bring your property back to life. If you're in the Golden Triangle, if you're in the Tupelo area and you have any kind of damage to your home, call our friends at Paul Davis Restoration. All right, let's just jump right in here, Robbie. We got some good questions today. Starting off with Nathan Kelly, our good friend.
He was waiting for that, wasn't he?
He was. Let's see here. You tweet it's Rumblings time, 2:56 p.m. yesterday.
Yep.
Nathan Kelly, 2:57 p.m. He's got that one up. He was locked in. So I appreciate it.
He texted me and asked me if he could ask a more political question, and I said absolutely not. Let me amend that. You could ask it, but we're not going to.
Right.
We're not going to answer it.
And this is America. You have the freedom to ask us whatever question you wish to ask, such as, though, we have the freedom not to answer it.
So that's correct. So he went with a more respectable question here that's not going to cause any issues.
I appreciate that. With football season in full swing, time to stress some etiquette. When groups walk on sidewalks, what's the standard? I've always thought it's like driving. Stick to the right. Should this be emphasized more? Nathan, you couldn't be righter. Absolutely. You walk the same way you drive. Stick to the right. Yeah. Same thing if you're also, I think this is also important in stadiums.
Yes.
Going up or coming down, you stick to the right.
It creates a better traffic flow if everybody's
100%.
on the same page. It's kind of like I don't understand the I guess it's a median where you're crossing across a highway.
Yeah.
How people tend to go on the left side sometimes when they're pulling in. They'll go on the left side.
Right.
And it makes no sense. That makes no sense.
You were still on the right. Like
you had to go across this.
Exactly.
I don't understand why people do that.
If there were traffic markers there, you would be in the wrong lane. If you do,
you know what I've noticed, Brian?
What?
The people that do that are over the age of probably 60.
Yeah, they're up there.
Was it not taught back then, like what you're supposed to do, or is it just they're going to bend the rules and they're not going to listen to society tell them what to do?
We've been talking about boomers the other day, so just
no disrespect. I have a couple of boomers.
Oh, I know, but they don't follow their rules. So I got to tell you, I forgot to tell you this story. Saturday night after the game, I had not eaten dinner, so I'm going to stop somewhere on 12 and get something to eat on the way home, right? And so I'm almost at the red light there at 12 in Spring, where Strange Brew is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's traffic; it's backed up, right? So I'm just sitting there in the lane. I'm in the furthest lane because I was thinking Taco Bell. So I'm like, I'm in the lane. What?
The Taco Bell the other night was in the.
I ended up not going there. But
did you see the line?
Yeah, that's what made me change my mind. So, I told you I went up to the 76 deli. But so I'm sitting there in the furthermost left lane, waiting on the red light. All of a sudden, two cars come. They're coming down 82 the wrong way. Like, they're coming down the exit. Instead of, you go up the exit to get to Highway 82.
Yeah.
They're coming down. Well, what do you think is at that red light? Like 6 cops. Blue light on.
They got popped?
No, it wasn't. They didn't get anything really bad. Like, a cop comes out, and I see him go like this. He's like, what are you doing? And so they stopped.
They're probably just like, I don't want to mess with this.
They made them turn around and go all the way back up the exit and figure it out from there. So they had to turn. They were at the red light where if he could have just been like, just go. But he didn't do that. And kudos to that law enforcement officer for this. Made them turn around and go all the way back up the exit. I appreciate it. But I was just looking at it. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
I see something every day where I'm just like, what are these people thinking?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Brick Thomas, what was the best Seinfeld episode? The contest. The contest is where they bet who can go the longest without become the master of your domain.
Oh,
that's the best one in my opinion. That one, I would put that one. The Soup Nazi.
Soup Nazi's up there.
And just a personal favorite.
No soup for you. Come back one year.
Yeah. The Kenny Rogers Roasters is a good one.
Yes.
And
is that the one whenever the signs right outside of Kramer's?
Yeah, and they switch apartments, and then Kramer becomes Jerry, and Jerry becomes Kramer. Like, it's the wood that makes it good. And then for me, I love the one where George gets a bed put under his desk at the Yankee Stadium, and then Steinbrenner comes in and his grandkids, and they're all in there. I'm going to wait right here for George.
He's just sleeping under his desk.
Yeah.
I love the puffy shirt.
Puffy shirt is good. Festivus is good.
Festivus is really good. The bro, the man's ear.
Yes. The contest is my number one, though. I love that one.
So, I mean, that is one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. And it's just about like some everyday life stuff.
Yes, that's what made it great.
What they say is like it's a show about nothing.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right. Also from Brick, would you rather go 8-4? You beat Tennessee, Texas, Arkansas, and Florida, or go 7-5 and beat Tennessee, Texas, and Ole Miss? Call me petty if you want. 7-5 is a better deal there. Getting the Egg Bowl back on track. That's a
And
much.
nobody.
You still
I
beat
don't.
Texas and Tennessee too.
You're not publicly saying I turned down like if it's like private. I
Yeah,
turned down the 8 wins for the 7. I
right.
think a lot of state fans would take that.
They would
And
rather
in
have. Yeah,
this mix, you're beating Tennessee, Texas, and Ole Miss. So you beat 3 teams right there that are top 25
and those are
teams.
home games too. You get to enjoy those games at home. You
Yep.
know, Florida, and
Arkansas, and
Arkansas
Florida are on the road.
Yeah,
Those
I
are on
would
the
rather
road.
win those 3 home games. Yes,
You can chalk it up as you lost on the road, but
think about
these are
yeah,
people would go nuts after every single one of these wins.
yeah, it'd be fantastic. I'm definitely picking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peyton Stewart, can you help me understand how a team that has 0 wins, Notre Dame, is ranked while we are not? I can absolutely help you, Peyton. It's not even going to be difficult to do. Their name is Notre Dame.
Yes.
There's the end of the discussion.
I'm not surprised the state's not ranked. They were 2-10 last year.
Right. If they win this week, I think they'll be ranked.
We don't know how good Arizona State is.
Right.
I think that was a good win, but we
Who
don't
do they
know.
play this week? They're in conference play this week. Arizona State.
I'm ready to see Arizona State versus some better teams.
They play Baylor this week, so that'll be a good indicator.
Yeah.
6:30 kick, too. We'll get to watch that. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, they're just not like super impressive right now.
No.
So let's see what they do against Utah and TCU.
Yeah. There you go. Also from Peyton, if you were going to the bathroom in a porta potty and your phone fell down it, would you get it out or consider it gone forever? That's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. I'm not going in there.
Well, and at that point, like, the chemicals and the water.
It's probably gone anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely like if it slides in and I'm just like, oh no, it's gone. I don't have a phone anymore. I got to go get a new phone.
Yeah, could you imagine dipping your hand in that?
I cannot, and I won't. So, let's see here. This is not a question, so we're going to skip it. Clark County Dog asks us, the one positive that came out of last football season was that, thanks to you guys, I was introduced to Sleep Token and their discography. They have become one of my favorite bands as a result. What are some other less mainstream bands that you guys listen to that you would recommend? Have you heard of this band Led Zeppelin? They are fantastic. They are really good. The little band out of England.
So I found Sleep Token on Instagram like about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was listening to because it wasn't
so different. Yeah.
Normal. So like I was blown away. Another band I found on Instagram is a band called Night Rider. Just like the show Night Rider.
Mm-hmm.
And it's essentially, I'll let you listen to them whenever we're riding down the road one day after lunch.
I want to hear this thing. You got my attention.
No, I'll let you listen to them.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I don't recall.
So,
I need to check it out though.
It's like 80s synth music mixed with like metal.
Okay. So
sort
of got some Sleep Token to that. Yeah.
Well, a little bit.
Okay.
I like them a lot. That's a little more niche.
Mm-hmm. Greta Van Fleet is not a niche band at this point, right?
No, Greta Van Fleet is not really. They're mainstream at this point.
I don't really have one then.
Another band I like a lot is Penelope Road. They have some really cool covers, and they're kind of like college band type stuff. They're starting to get a lot bigger. Those are 2 or 3 of my bands that I would say are kind of less mainstream.
Robbie's a much better choice for this. He's a much bigger music guy. So yeah, check those bands out. Also, if you had to guess, when do you think we will see the maroon interlocking helmets make their debut this season? They really should go ahead and do this. Just go ahead and break the seal on that. But that said, we know that Tennessee is white interlocking, so probably Texas.
Texas is definitely the time to do it.
Yeah, agreed.
What would you do jersey combination for that?
I would just go classic.
Marine white.
Yeah, just classic. Yeah.
That would
I
be a
mean,
great
get the
look.
old 98 jerseys back out. Great. But
I don't think we'll see those,
no, I don't either.
but
But definitely
it's
go
going to
maroon,
look
maroon
so
white.
much. Those jerseys are going to look so much better with the interlocking.
You're going to see
Helmet.
interlocking Tennessee for white, and then I think you'll for sure see it Texas and the Egg Bowl. I don't know about Georgia.
I would do it at Florida. I would do
On
I
the
would do
road?
it at I would do it at I'd do it against
Yeah,
Georgia. I'd do it
they
against
need to do
Florida.
a maroon white game for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. 3-2-1 bully. Oh, he didn't lock it. Never mind. Moving on. Got to move.
Oh,
It's good too because I don't know what this is. So, Colton Watson. Michael Van Buren's transfer portal announcement was at the time a heartbreaking announcement that ended up being barely a footnote. Who was more responsible for Van Buren's business decision, Kamario Taylor or Blake Shapen? First off, it was
I'd
only
say
heartbreaking at the time because if you were just locked into Van Buren, like I knew Shapen was coming back, I knew State had Taylor, and I knew State was going to go in the portal and get a quarterback. I was never overly concerned about Van Buren lead.
no.
That said, it's more about Shapen coming back than Taylor coming in.
Yes. It was told he thought that he was going to be the guy, and Chapin decided to come back, and that was Levy's dude. So yeah, it was a Chapin thing.
All right.
With that said, I don't think he would have beat out Camario either. I think
No.
Camario was the better player.
No. What percentage of players needed to capitalize on Kamario Taylor's future excellence are already on the roster? It's nearly impossible to answer in this transfer portal era, man. Like, there could be guys who just leave.
But I would say probably the running backs for sure.
Fluff will take advantage of that.
Some of the young receivers. I think Anthony
Anthony Evans.
He's got another year.
Yeah. Ricky Johnson, maybe.
Yep.
So, Aiden
Grayson
Williams could.
Harris.
Yeah. What players and positions need to be targeted the heaviest by either high school or portal recruiting in order to maximize Kamario Taylor's potential? I get the feeling Colton Watson's super high on Kamario Taylor. I think he's really excited about him. Like 3 questions about one guy. O-lineman. Get O-lineman. Protect him. Worry about, a good quarterback can elevate lesser skill position guys. Right? I mean, did Dak play with any NFL receivers? No. But
Fred Brown, kind of.
But you gotta be able to protect them. They got to go get linemen.
They're going to have productive receivers in this offense.
Yeah.
And running backs.
Yeah. Landon Poole asks us, I recently learned I eat bananas the wrong way. Okay. I use the stem as a handle while pinching and pulling the other end. I was ridiculed by my girlfriend and roommates for not peeling from the stem. How do y'all peel a banana? Landon, you're a psychopath.
I have never in my life seen someone pinch and peel.
I don't even eat bananas, and I know that that's wrong. Landon, you're a crazy person. You're a monster.
I've literally never seen that.
No, you peel from the stem.
I have seen people eat a banana with the peel on.
That's less weird than what Landon's doing.
You think so?
Yes, this is. I've never. No, Landon. Your girlfriend
this is crazy,
and
Landon.
your roommates are correct on this one. All right, do a couple more here, and then we'll get to the break. Not a lot of questions today. Ryan Reynolds, the actor.
Yeah.
Is turf toe the most disproportionately named injury compared to the amount of time it takes for recovery? At least with a broken arm or torn ACL, a part of the body was separated in half. It is something. Turf toe is one of those things, like if you get it, your season's over. You're just never going to be the same.
The first time I ever remember someone getting this was Wayne Matkin.
Mm-hmm.
In like 01, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
I had never heard of it at that point. And so I was like, turf toe? What's that? Like, get out there and play. And apparently it is a
debilitating disease.
Very tough injury.
Yeah. I don't, yeah. But that's the thing. Like, you hear the name turf toe, you're like, what does that even mean? Play. What are you, a woman? No. It's like, apparently you might as well, you're better off just cutting off your own foot than having.
Yeah, if we got it, we'd be crying.
Yeah, I would be. Yeah. All right, one more here, then we'll go. Sean Brown, the defense is clearly better. Who gets the most credit for it? Hutzler getting better between first and second season, the hiring of Paul Rhodes and Mike McIntyre, getting better players in the portal, or D, all of the above? The correct answer is D.
Yeah.
But the biggest portion of the pie is C, is getting better players. Simple as
Yes.
that.
Yes. I think everything here is correct.
Yeah.
I think Hutzler's definitely been better.
Mm-hmm.
And having him and being the familiarity with the defense, and you're not changing the defense up, that's been good. I think Rhodes and McIntyre have definitely helped that group. I think Rhodes is really elevating that cornerback room.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing is the fact that you have gotten deeper and more talented on defense. So, yes, it is all of the above, but C is the biggest factor.
All right, let's move into the second part of the show. That's brought to you by our friends over at Two Brothers Smoked Meats in the heart of the Cotton District, the place to find the smoked Southern soul food that you are looking for. And the Older Brother, the home of the fancy sandwich. Both great places to go grab lunch, both fantastic choices for dinner as well. If you're going to be in Starkville this weekend and you want to eat great, make it real easy on you. Park your car in the Cotton District and go over to Two Brothers Smoked Meats or the Older Brother. Whichever you choose, you won't be wrong. You won't be wrong about your choice at Two Brothers Smoked Meats and the Older Brother. Great products, great service. Every business likes to promise it to you. They deliver it to you at Advantage Business Systems. That's what they've been doing for 50 years.
Yeah, brother.
When you need technology for your business, give Advantage Business Systems a call. Then if you need service, you're talking to the same people who made you the sale. You're not dealing with a call center. You're not dealing with some out-of-state technician who's going to take a week to 10 days to show up. Imagine if your copier broke and they told you a week to 10 days. Can you go without that? I don't think you can. That's why you need to talk to the good folks at Advantage Business Systems. They're in Mississippi just like you, so they can solve your problems a lot of times the exact same day. 601-362-9192 or visit them online, absms.com. Find out how Advantage Business Systems will help your business do business. If you're going to be in Starkville this weekend and you're looking for great new Mississippi State merchandise, the place to go is Maroon & Co. The biggest and best selection in all of Starkville is at Maroon & Co. Everything maroon and white. And like I said, we're a week away from this whiteout. If you're looking for a brand new white polo, white t-shirt, white whatever, with the interlocking logo on it, they've got them at Maroon & Co. Check it out today, Maroon & Co. Use on maroonandco.com. You can use our promo code Thunder15 to save 15% off regular price in-store or online. Before you go to Davis Wade Stadium this weekend, make sure you go to Maroon & Co. If you want to get out of the yard in time to watch college football, you better have a John Deere mower doing the work for you, and you can get that at Scruggs Farm Lawn and Garden. Doesn't matter how big your yard is, if it's a small push mower you're looking for, or if you need one of the big commercial mowers, they've got you at Scruggs Farm Lawn and Garden, and they've got a deal for you as well. Great financing available. Whatever you're doing around the house this weekend, if you got home repair projects, if you're out in the yard, if you're out in the garden, or if you're just cooking out, a trip to Scruggs Farm Lawn and Garden is going to put something in your place that you need. Scruggs Farm Lawn and Garden in Saltillo. They have what you want for less. All right, back to it here. Mark Burleson says, I'm fortunate that my 8-year-old in the backseat heard "That's a pig" on last Tuesday's show. He recited it back immediately with the same inflection. Well, that's exactly what I said. I said, "That's a pig." I did say that.
To me, it's even funnier whenever
we have the
transcript right here that says the word.
The word, the pig. It says pig.
I did not know that's where you were. I didn't know you were going to say that.
Yeah, I know.
The other day, it was.
Yeah, I got you on that.
Jolt. It was a little jolt to the system.
Jolt to the system. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
That's a pig. That's great.
It's a pig. That's what I said. Where does the ASU game rank in the greatest MSU games for you? Top 5, top 10? I got to see how the season plays out, don't I?
Where would you just put the play, how the game transpired?
The moment?
Yeah.
The moment is up there.
That's what I would say is
like
let's
the
say
number one, or we're just saying football.
Let's do football.
Just football.
Egg Bowl 99 is
probably number one
at the top.
Yeah. The fumble recovery against Alabama in 1980 needs to be on there.
That actually might be number one based on what happened. Like
Dak's run against LSU is going to be on the list. This has got to be in the top 5 moments, right? It has to be. I'm trying to think. Nothing else is just popping in my head. Third and I know you have 3rd and 93, and that was funny and all. 3rd and 57 is a lot more iconic, in my
than
opinion.
Florida.
The Florida game. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
good top five there. And then the Thompson catch.
It's top 3 to me
Yeah.
moments.
If you're doing like all sports, it's still up there. It's probably top 10 because you got to add
Just
more.
the whole,
You got to add a
like,
couple of home runs.
when you think about it, like, this just doesn't happen in Mississippi State.
No.
And like baseball, it happens. Basketball, it's happened before. In Mississippi State football history, these moments don't happen. Mississippi State loses a lead, and in a 2-minute drill, they drive right down the field and score. It happened against Ole Miss in '99, but this moment just doesn't happen. And if Arizona State ends up being a really good team, we'll look back on this as being one of the greatest moments in Mississippi State football history.
Yeah.
Because it signaled a change at State under Jeff Lebby. The program was shifting. You beat a really good team. The way that you won the ball game, the atmosphere, everything, it's going to be up there, I think. But if Arizona State turns out to be a really good team and you go to a bowl game or whatever this year, it's going to be looked at in an even bigger light.
Agreed. Yeah. So let's come back to this question in November when we see what they really are. Hail State 23 asks us, please help me settle a dispute between me and a friend. What is the correct process when cutting grass? Weed eat first, then mow, or mow and then weed eat? I've always seen it, you mow, then you weed eat.
I'm glad you say you've always seen it because from personal experience.
I've mowed grass before. Stop.
No, I do. I always mow first and then weed eat.
Yeah, you weed eating is kind of like the detailing, right? It's like, all right, you get over here and get this, especially on the curb.
I have done it before where I just hit the spots that I know I'm not going to be able to get with my mower.
Yeah.
And just to go ahead and get that out of the way, but not very often.
All right. Steve Mormon wants us to jump into this awful debate about the band in the full
We've already done that, haven't we?
We haven't. We've already done it. So, thankfully, we don't have to do it again. Kevin Wright, let me get your thoughts on this, Robbie. Very important question. Why did Nottingham Forest sack Nuno? I think he's a great gaffer. Did they upgrade with Big Ange? Your thoughts?
That was cringe.
Big Ange is an elite. That's
a great name.
If you are big and they call you Big whatever, that's great. You're doing good. I think they may have upgraded, but I also don't understand why they fired the guy. Put it that way.
So sacked means fired?
Yes. You got sacked.
Why can't all right, you guys are Americans.
Yeah.
Will you just call it what it is in American terms? Stop trying to look like smart marks and do this soccer talk to people. Just say, why did they fire the guy? It's like whenever you and Colin are talking back and forth, I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
It's a lot of banter from you. I gotta be honest with you.
Speak English, Doc. We ain't scientists.
Rank these hardy opening acts. Puddle of Mud, Laney Wilson, Kip Moore, Stephen Wilson Jr. Puddle of Mud for Hardy?
I had no idea Puddle of Mud opened for Hardy.
That had to be a hell of a show. Laney Wilson, number one. For obvious
I actually like all these. Stephen Wilson is probably the best artist out of this entire group.
Okay.
He's incredible. I don't know if you ever heard him.
I have not.
When we get done with this, Brian, I want you to look up Stephen Wilson's version of Stand By Me. It is awesome.
Okay.
Stand By Me by Stephen Wilson. I want you to look it up when we get done.
All right. We'll do that.
Like, I don't know, 15-year-old me would say Puddle of Mud.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to go Stephen Wilson just based on the talent. But Laney Wilson, yes. Yes.
Yes.
And she's good, too. She's talented.
Hunter Bolin wants to know, if we could add anyone from the Super Mario universe to Mississippi State's football team, who would you add? One for offense and one for defense. I would add Yoshi at wide receiver. He can use his tongue to catch the ball. And add Wario at defensive tackle to stop the run. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you know more than I do. My daughter, Aislinn, if she were here, in fact, I should ask her this question. I will bring her answer to tomorrow's show. But isn't Kirby, like, he can eat anything, right? So put him on defense. He's just going to eat everything. He's just going to, nobody can get around him.
All right, so I've pulled up all the Super Mario characters so I don't miss someone.
And then I remember
But, like,
Luigi.
if I could get Donkey Kong to just grab offensive linemen and throw them to the
Donkey Kong
side,
and Bowser. Yeah.
and Bowser, these are killers. I'm putting them on my defense.
Okay.
And we're going to destroy everyone we play. I don't want anybody to die, but
yeah, I'm with you on this though. So,
yeah,
that'll work. Cameron Worm,
Big Worm.
If you were arrested, what would it be for?
Ooh,
the closest I've ever been to being arrested, I would have been charged with disorderly conduct.
I've actually been arrested before, so
yeah.
So it would be for that.
Yeah. There you go.
Driving while intoxicated when I was 18 years old.
How much statistically worse, if any, will our defense be in SEC play? State is currently 7th in total defense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them drop down to like 10th or 11th, but that's perfectly acceptable.
But that is what we did the hypothetical this year.
Yes.
Like, where would State need to be bowl eligible, whatever? And I think we said, like, if they could get to 10th, or maybe even like 12th, they would be in good position. I don't see this team dropping from 7th to 16th.
Right.
I think this defense is going to be a little, maybe below middle of the pack, but not by much. And that's a tremendous improvement.
Do you know who is currently 15th in total defense right now?
Who?
Ole Miss.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the conversation we had the other day. Why did anyone believe that Ole Miss's defense was going to lose what they lost and be anywhere close to what they were?
I love it. All season long, all the Ole Miss fans were like, Golding says he loves these defensive linemen. Well, what do you expect him to say?
They're not going to miss the beat.
And we didn't replace anybody? We're going to suck? I mean,
they just had the greatest defense they've ever had in their entire existence, and they're not going to miss those players. They lost their entire defensive line outside of Xavier Harris, who was a backup.
Yeah.
They lost some defensive backs. They lost their top tackler. Like, it's like when State lost the players they lost in that 18 defense. They were not the same.
Yeah. Let's see here. Alex Matthews, how would you rank these events from the most wanted to least wanted this potential year? 10-2 in football, but no playoff. That's literally impossible.
That would not happen.
It's literally impossible for State to go 10-2 with this schedule and not make. I mean,
they could lose. They could lose to Alcorn and Northern Illinois, and they would still make the playoff because they would be undefeated in the SEC.
And if you say, okay, well, let's say they finish 4-0, right? They're going to be 4-0, and then they lose 2 more games. They could lose. Who are the worst 2 teams? Arkansas and Florida. If they lose those 2 games, if they beat everybody else, they're in the playoff. So that's not possible what you just described. But whatever. Soccer title, men's
9-3 would be more.
9-3, you're probably not in. Men's basketball in the Elite Eight. Baseball loses in the title game. Every team makes the postseason in some capacity. The most one it would be 10-2 in the football, but because there would be playoff. There is no not playoff with football. But 9-3 with football would still be probably great. I would go football, baseball, men's basketball. Every team makes the postseason. Soccer title. From most to least. Okay. I mean, the soccer title is great, but at the end of the day, it's not a needle mover.
That you don't. This is what you want or don't want.
Right. Most want it would be the football, then baseball, then men's basketball. Even though I like men's basketball better than baseball, getting to the national championship game in year 1 of Brian O'Connor will be an incredible run.
Yeah. That would be a fun run.
Yeah.
For basketball, getting to the Elite Eight, they haven't done that since 96.
Yeah, it would be great.
And it would be a lot better for you from a program standpoint and university standpoint. But
all right. Brogan Fairchild ask us, rank these non-80s human characters. Alf, Johnny Five, Gizmo, Falcor, E.T., and then Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. E.T. is number 1. Not close.
E.T.'s great.
Yeah, E.T.'s number 1.
Gizmo's number 2 for me.
I can go with that, sure. Alf was a funny show. I enjoyed Alf.
Alf was good.
All right, so Alf, and then we'll go Falcor from the Neverending Story.
Johnny Five and then Harry for me.
Oh, you're going Johnny Five over Harry. Okay.
I
I'll
wasn't
go.
a huge Harry and the Hendersons fan.
Yeah.
I did like Short Circuit.
That's a good movie. Uh, Also, do you think you could pull off the suit Richard had on for the game? I haven't seen the suit. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Have you seen it?
I have not.
So let's
The only
find.
time I saw him, he was wearing a polo and slacks in the press box. I think he went and changed.
Yeah, Mississippi State Alcorn full game. See if we got find that. That's highlights. Full game. Here we go. We're looking around here. There's Blake Shapen. No, hold on. I could absolutely pull off that suit. I have a jacket that's kind of similar to that. My one suit jacket it's kind of he's wearing like a pattern, like a plaid jacket. I could pull that off.
Yeah,
What
that's good.
he's got a white shirt and a gold tie. I could pull that off. Now the pocket square game for Richard Cross. Richard Cross is the Michael Jordan of pocket squares, all right? The king. Nobody has a sharper pocket square than does our
He's a
friend.
pocket square guy.
Yes, big time. Hail State 5 Ever asks, last week on the Rumblings, cowbell-related injuries were brought up. Thought I'd share my story. At the Arizona State game, dude behind me hit me in the head with a cowbell a few times. Not too hard, but still annoying. On the fourth time he realized what he had done, and apologized. I let him know he had done it a few times, but it's fine. Not mad. Just watch what you're doing. Later in the quarter, his girlfriend was very loudly calling me an a-hole because I was super rude about the incident. I tried to explain it was no biggie, and the problem was solved, but she was just too much of an ignoramus to understand. What's y'all's craziest in-game crowd experience been? Any team, any sport that I can tell on the air?
You can tell anything on the air. This is not
Yeah.
I don't think we have any regulations.
I don't want to throw some certain people under the bus. Let's just say I've seen some bad reactions. Let me see if I can think of one. One of my all-time favorite ones. It's not anything really bad. Remember State played Memphis in 2011 in the Liberty Bowl and just killed them, right? So in the first quarter, Ralph carries the ball for like a 30-yard gain. And this Memphis fan decides to say, I mean, y'all suck. You can't even hand the ball off to your running backs. The next play, Ballard went for a 60-yard touchdown. And I just turned around. I was like that? He had nothing to say. Then I remember very clearly the same guy later in the game brought up basketball.
Oh, God.
I turned around. I was like, you realize your last win against us was vacated, right? Technically, we won that game. Because that was in the NCAA tournament. That was that team that all their games were vacated.
Yes.
Again, he had nothing to say to that. So there's that.
08, I think.
I mean, I've been to. Oh, hold on. I know my answer. It's the blind guy at the Egg Bowl.
Yes.
That's my number one. Yeah, that'll work.
Mine is.
By the way, real quick, Hail State 5 Ever, you were not the a-hole in that discussion. You were not.
It's kind of like the people that call me like a jerk or something after they've come after me first. Like they'll just like unwarrantedly tweet at me something that's aggressive, sarcastic, whatever. And then I come back and like clap back on them, and they're like, "Why you got to be such a jerk?" Like, well, I wonder where that came from.
Yeah,
that is where every jerk activity that I have it derives from that. So anyway, both of my stories come from the Florida game in 2000. Mm-hmm. First of all, I witnessed a guy throw a whiskey bottle down to the sidelines, the Florida sidelines from the student section.
Nice.
I was in the student section that day. I was in 5th grade, and a guy from my church took me to the Florida game, and our tickets were in the student section. So I was in the student section. It was a very eye-opening experience for a 5th grader. Mm-hmm. And this guy took a bottle of whiskey, I'm guessing probably Jack Daniels or Evan Williams or something, and tossed it down on the field and hit it was like a water boy or something in the head. The guy just like hit the ground. And then when we rushed the field,
are your friend? This guy is the reason.
No, not the guy. No, it was someone in front of me.
Okay.
And so then we rushed the field. Someone was trying to climb over the wrought iron fence and got stuck on the fence. Like
that might have been Ryan Nelson. I'll just be honest with
you. It split them, like in an area you don't want to be split. So they were jumping over the fence. It caught their leg and went zip right up the middle.
I do have
I
one
witnessed
more.
that.
I think I've talked about this too. And aren't you? You're related. You have a marriage relation to Stuart Patridge. Is that right?
Corey Peterson.
Corey Peterson. That's right, because it fits the story then. 99 Egg Bowl. I'm on the field after the game. Some State fan starts talking smack to Corey Peterson, and Peterson says something to him, and then when he turns around to walk away, the guy kicked him right in the ears. Kicked him right, and then took off running. Corey Peterson turns around. I was pointing.
I'm absolutely going to ask him about that.
Ask him about it. It happened. I was an eyeball witness to that. All right, it happened. Right in the ears.
Oh, that's excellent.
All right.
Now he gets it all the time from my cousin. She kicks him in the east all the time.
I bet she does. Travis Clemma asked us, is there an offensive skill player currently on State's roster that will be drafted? Oh, I think for sure Brandon Thompson's going to get drafted the way he's going. Booth could be drafted. Shaping a late round, maybe. If he keeps playing well this year, maybe.
This year?
Anthony Evans down the road, too.
This year or future?
Just whenever. Camario, for sure. If he can,
I can see Fluff,
yeah. They got some options, yeah.
There's some offensive.
They do try, or it could be if he has some more production.
Jimothy Lewis has the potential. I think it'll work.
Skill position.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah. All right. Dalton Lee, is Mississippi State athletic director you and wide receiver transfer you? I feel a solid chunk of the SEC schools have either a former AD or a top receiver from State. Are we a stepping stool or the farm system? The athletic director thing is the weird thing. Like some of these guys have just worked here. Like Greg Byrne worked here. That's fine. Mitch Barnhart up at Kentucky worked here, right? But then you have two alums who just said the hell with it and left. So that's kind of
weird. That was strange to me. Like, Scott Strickland was like a lifelong Bulldog. He married Bailey Howell's daughter.
Yeah.
And I think his was more a professional move of what his overall goals were.
Right.
I always thought that he would end up trying to get into the SEC office or maybe, nationally something bigger. And he's just kind of been at Florida for a little bit. But I just think he just saw higher goals professionally. I think John Cohen got out because he just didn't think Mississippi State was going to be successful in this era.
And he didn't have what it took to get them there.
Yeah, so he just went to an easier spot for NIL and stuff like that.
Yeah. Alan,
it's really strange. Like I never would have expected either one of those guys to leave when they took the job.
Strickland maybe a little bit more, but even then, no.
And as far as the wide receivers are concerned, it is pretty wild. Like you look up, two of the top receivers in the conference and nationally right now are Kevin Coleman and Mario Craver, and then Brennan Thompson's up there, and Anthony Evans is making a run.
Yeah. Where are we here? Alan asked, what does Jaden Hill have to do to get bumped to a 4-star? He needs to slide Robbie some money, I guess, and get some cash involved.
Common misconception: we don't make the rankings. People think we do.
If we can get,
there are people that work in this business that tell you like they get guys stars and they don't.
Yeah,
I know how the process works. They don't do it.
They need. I know what to do. Based on what Michael Borky was telling me, you need to get Steve Wiltfong or somebody to come to the Tupelo Hartfield game, and Jaden Hill get a 4-star after that one. From what I was told about Hartfield's run defense.
JJ Hill right now is playing quarterback for Tupelo.
Yeah,
he's the best running back in the state, and I don't understand why he is a 3-star. And you look at the teams that are coming after him, he's still getting recruited by A&M and Florida and all these places. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's just they threw a ranking on him and they haven't thought twice about it. And probably the fact he's committed to Mississippi State is part of that too.
Yeah. Caleb Ross, do we think the SEC office will send Notre Dame a letter for apologizing apologizing for the missed holding call on the game-winning touchdown play. I do not. I do not think that they will send that letter.
Probably not.
There you go. Also from Caleb, what does Brian Kelly gain when he acts like that towards reporters? Do you think the reporter's question was deserving of that reaction? He doesn't gain anything, and that question was not deserving of that reaction at all.
That's what we were talking about. Like there are no redeeming qualities for this man. Like he's not a likable figure. You know, you can tell that a lot of his stuff is like put on. You get to see like the real guy when he's screaming at his coaches on the sideline and screaming at the players and now screaming at the media. That's who he really is. So this whole like, oh, you just don't understand. That's after a big win and stuff like that. No, that's who he is. It's who he is behind the scenes. Usually when the camera's not on, that's the person he is, slamming his fist on the table. He's just not a very likable figure. He might be a good coach, but he's not a likable guy.
Right. We've got another Matt McCann mascot challenge. It's the Mac edition.
Uh-oh.
Ready? Central Michigan.
Central Michigan. Chippewas.
That's right. Eastern Michigan.
Eagles.
Right. Western Michigan.
I have their shirt. Broncos.
Right. Bowling Green.
Are they the Eagles?
No, but they are a bird. I'll give you one more chance.
God, Bowling Green. I don't know.
Falcons.
The Falcons.
Right. And then Ball State.
Ball State's a bird too, right?
They are.
Cardinals.
That's correct. Very good. Wade Jones.
I'm mad, though, that I missed Bowling Green.
You'll get them next time. Wade Jones, could you potentially say that everything you drink is flavored water? Everything you drink is majority made of water. You can only call it flavored water if it's 0 calories. Coca-Cola is not flavored water. Coke Zero is
Coke
flavored
Zero's
water. If it's 0 calories, it's flavored water.
Coke Zero should sponsor Brian. They really should. They're missing the mark.
My God, man. I love a Coke Zero sponsorship.
They sit that Coke Zero on the podium at Mississippi State, and nobody says a word about it.
This background should be Coke Zero.
Brian will defend Coke Zero to the death.
It's Coke Zero.
So stop sponsoring Mississippi State athletics and all these athletics people. Sponsor Brian Hadad, who can tell you everything you need to know about Coke Zero, including things that aren't true, like it's healthy.
It's healthy. Look at me.
It's got what plants crave.
When I was not drinking Coke Zero, I was almost 400 pounds. Now that I drink Coke Zero, I've lost over 100 pounds. I mean, is there a correlation? I think that there is.
You might as well.
Yeah. Carter Bentley, more likely game day for 4-0 Mississippi State versus 3-1 Tennessee, or for 8 or 9 win Ole Miss against 6 or 7 win State for the battle for the Golden Egg, with it being on Saturday. It's not on Saturday, Carter. The Egg Bowl is on Friday. It's on Black Friday, 11 a.m. kick. Sorry, I don't know how you missed that one. Brooklyn Fairchild, has State ever beaten the number one team in the country back-to-back years in any sport before the soccer team did it last Friday? Without looking,
that's a great question.
Baseball has. You're talking about beat, just one game. Surely they've played enough LSU teams where they didn't get swept.
Yeah, I'll have to research that.
Yeah.
But
also,
it's
women's basketball. They would have beaten UConn in the Final Four year. Then the next year, they would have beaten South Carolina. South Carolina was
number one in the country, though.
When they came to the hump for that massive game, yeah, they were, weren't they?
I don't know if they're number one.
You have to check that one then.
So that was 2018? 2017? 2017.
So then the next year, 2018, Mississippi State, South Carolina, women's basketball hump pre-college.
They were number 7.
Were they?
Yeah.
What was
That
State?
was a
Oh,
that was
State
a
was
little
number
bit of
two.
a
Wow, State was ranked higher.
yeah, that was a little bit of a step back year.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All right.
don't think that's happened. I don't know if State's beaten a number 1 team in women's basketball in the regular season.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's
What was LSU? What was LSU 2 years ago?
they were like number 7 or 8 or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, they were top 10, but they were not
Gotcha.
number 1.
All right, Rob Montgomery. If you could lock in a guarantee of 6-6 right now, do you take it, or do you leave open to all possibilities? Because State could go 5-7, but they could also go 7-5 or better. If I could lock in 6-6 right now, would I take it?
I think I would.
I think I would. Yeah.
Just to
Do I care what
guarantee
the
that
wins are?
you
No, I
guarantee
don't.
you get no, you guarantee you get a bowl game and you've
Yeah.
won 2 conference games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, hardly anyone predicted Mississippi State would win 6 games.
I agree.
You and I predicted under. You
Yeah.
had 4 wins. I had 5.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, State is a State. I should have put money on State getting the over on wins.
Yeah.
Because they're about to get that. Should get that this week,
Mhm.
and I would have made some good money. I feel like the win total was 3.5. I think.
Yes.
So
That's correct.
that would have been nice.
Yeah. Brad Baxter, what will the records of Florida and Kentucky be when they play on November 8th? Didn't we answer this last week? I think that Florida is
No.
not going to have a game will not have won another game. I think they'll be 1 and 2, 3, 4.
They play next week.
No, they don't play until in November. So I think Florida will be 1-3, 4, 5, 6. I think Florida will be 1-7.
Oh,
Kentucky is currently 2-1. 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 2-5, 2-6. They'll be 2-6.
Florida's going to be 1-7.
This is Florida's 1-2, right? At Miami this week. Off week. Host Texas. Now, Texas isn't great, but they're probably going to lose, right? At Texas A&M. Host Mississippi State. I think State would be favored, or State would. I think State can win that game, and then the Georgia game.
They are they're in a tailspin if they get to the State game with
only 1 win.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight losses.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
State's got a good shot at that point.
I agree.
That's the team. They're starting to talk about the coaching change. Might have already made one. I don't know.
Here's
what Kentucky's going to do.
Kentucky is off this weekend. And they're at South Carolina. Probably a loss. They host their at Georgia. Then they have their other bye week. Host Texas. Host Tennessee at Auburn. And then they play. I mean, those are losses.
Kentucky's got a brutal conference schedule.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Plus, they're not any good.
Yeah.
Brad Baxter, now that 60-plus yard field goals are becoming so common in the NFL, what do you think the absolute ceiling field goal distance that is humanly possible? If you watch soccer, Robbie, the keepers can kick the ball from one end of the field to the other.
It's really crazy.
If you get somebody in there like that who played soccer their whole life, and I mean, an 80-yard field goal may not be out of the question. It may happen in the next 20 years.
Well, when I play NCAA, my goal is always to kick the ball through the uprights on kickoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like that.
There you go.
That's a long field goal.
It is. You're talking about an 80-yard field goal. The ball is spotted at the 30, right? So it's the other 30 because it's 10 more yards to the back of the end zone. So that's
close. Yeah.
That's a. I mean, basically, what I'm saying is, picture it like this, right? Receive the kickoff. It's a touchback. First down, you gain 2 yards. Second down, you gain nothing. Third down, you gain 3 yards. You're in field goal range.
It's like back to the NCAA thing. It's like when we would create the players.
Yeah.
And like there'd be 99 everything.
Yeah.
And so you would make them a kicker too.
Yeah.
They'd be a kicker.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a guy, me and my friends created a player. We called him Cameraman. Cameraman. And he was 7 foot, 450 pounds. He played quarterback, running back, whatever. and we would kick field goals from our own 1 yard line just for fun. Like we would try to break every single record they had on the game, and we would nail field goals from our own 1 yard line.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah, it's just for fun.
That's fun.
We get bored.
Yeah. Matthew Watkins asks, I promise I'm not one of those fans that thinks every good state player will leave, but is Kamario Taylor the most important player to retain in all sports at state in the NIL era? I mean, I say yes, but think about how we were all feeling a couple months ago with Ace Reese, right?
Yeah.
Like it was imperative. And with Hubbard, if Hubbard were to go in the portal, people would lose their minds. So it just depends, man. You know,
I feel the same way about Kamario though, dude, about Hubbard. Like I just don't think he's going to leave.
I don't either. I started to go back to the gym and lose some weight, and my final straw was that the fact that I don't sleep well. What was the final straw before you started to lose weight? I've talked about it. We went on vacation in St. Louis, and first off, none of my pants fit. Like I had to, women get on the bed to put jeans on.
Yeah, lay on their back.
I had to do that a couple times, and like everywhere we went, when I sat down, I was afraid my pants were going to rip because I was just not comfortable. We would go places, and after like 10 minutes, I didn't want to walk anymore. It was just miserable. I had a good time in St. Louis. It's a cool city, but it could have been a lot better. My last 2 vacations have been so much better because I'm in better shape and I can go and walk and do stuff. So that was it for me. Just that trip. When I came home, I had to order a bunch of new jeans, and I got to wear them like once because I immediately started losing weight. But I didn't I had to have some jeans to get me from point A to point B. But when I got to point B, it was only like I may have worn them a total of like 5 times, and then I just got rid of them. So that was my thing.
You just missed my power going out, which in turn put out my internet.
I thought you were listening pretty intently there, to be honest with you. Like you were just like
I was frozen.
Okay, I was like, man,
I was frozen solid.
My story here. No, it's you weren't into it at all. So are we good though?
I think we're good.
All right, great.
Hey, you tell me. Or am I? Can you hear me clearly?
It appears to be good on this end. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We've already answered that question. Brett Christensen, baseball roster released this week. With the rule changes, how much do they have to cut down before spring? First off, shout out to Brian O'Connor. We have a baseball roster in September. Last year, we didn't have it until 3 days before the first game. Fantastic.
I'm not taking any shots, but this is how you run a baseball program.
I wonder. We're gonna get first pitch time in like January this year. I can't wait. They got to get down to what?
Organized, man.
They got to get down to how much do they have to cut down?
34.
34. So there you go.
But there is the designated student athlete thing where those guys can actually be on the roster, not count against you.
Yeah.
Or they can get cut and they can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I don't know who is on that list to know like if this might be the final roster. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I think they're at 41 is what I counted on there.
I think you're correct. Yes.
So, at the most they're going to have to cut 7.
7 guys. Yeah. Also from Brett, how important is a good backup quarterback in the SEC? Examples: Ole Miss and South Carolina. I mean, it's important wherever at any conference,
any level.
Number 2 guy you can feel like you can rely on. I think State has that between Crum, Hawk, and Taylor. One of those guys could step up if Chapin was hurt. But if you don't have a number 2 guy, I mean, that's one thing that I always kind of laughed at when people would talk about Ole Miss. They're like, man, if Simmons goes down, that's kind of true about everybody. If your starting quarterback goes down, you're going to suffer. We did not know what Ole Miss had at the time with Trinidad Chambliss, but he's obviously pretty good. Kiffin did say today that he thinks Simmons will be back this week. I can't believe they're just going to make the switch back like that. I would not do it, but we'll see what happens.
But again, it goes back to you've put a lot of eggs in this guy, at least from a hype standpoint.
Yeah.
And you've entrusted him and you've told him he's the future of the program. I think if you start making changes, I think you start tampering with his head a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know he hadn't played well. He's still good enough to lead them. So you test it out. If he continues to struggle, then you can start to get Trinidad in there a little bit.
Yeah. I just realized the transfer portal thread is back on 3.
It never really leaves.
1 million views. Here we come.
It never really leaves.
Yeah. Ford Polk asks us, if Mississippi ever hosted a bowl game, what stadium should host it? I mean, it's either going to be Davis Wade or Vaught Hemingway. Vaught Hemingway's a little bigger. Probably going to be Vaught Hemingway.
I mean, if they spruced up the place a little bit, I guess you could host one in Jackson.
You could, but spruced up isn't the right word. Got to do a lot.
I mean, you're going to have to change the whole area.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have,
Right.
for a bowl game, you got to have like good seating and premiums. You don't have any of that. So, what is your recruiting strategy in EA college football? Speed, 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 speed to get as much speed as I can.
I just have not gotten into this new game
I haven't
much.
bought the new one, but that's
The last two, I just have not. State was so bad in the last one. It was not fun.
Whit Lewis, after finished listening to Tuesday's TNL College Pick, I'm not sure if you made a public pick in the Memphis Arkansas game. Robbie picked Arkansas. I could be wrong, but I don't believe you made a pick. Got to have some integrity in these high stakes. I thought I said Arkansas, but if I didn't, I am also taking the Hawks.
I'm pretty sure you were agreeing with like what I was saying.
Yeah, I thought that's what I thought I said. I'm going with you.
But yeah, I don't think you might not have like formally picked, but yeah.
Arkansas is who we're picking in that one. But
pig.
I am taking in my my friends group that we have a pick 'em with point spreads. I am taking Memphis to cover. I think it's gonna be very close. Eric Smith, could State get any pass rushers from UCLA or Virginia Tech since those players are eligible immediately to enter the transfer portal? How does that work? They could get them, but they're immediately eligible to transfer. They're not immediately eligible to play. You cannot play for two teams in one season. So they could get them to transfer in, but they'd have to sit out till next year. They could redshirt.
Yes.
There you go.
Diego Pavia is now petitioning for 7th year of eligibility.
7 years of college down the drain. Dr. Pavia, make it happen.
For the love of God, just go get a job.
This could be his job. Why can't this be his job? This is America. You can't limit trade.
It's college football.
It's fried chicken. I'm just saying. Just let him play.
Is he even going to class at this point?
I think that's as long as I think you have to maintain some eligibility. But if you're going to class, let the man get 3 degrees. What do I care? Last question from Alex.
This is going to be a situation like Jeremiah Masoli going into
forestry management.
Forestry. Yeah. He's just going to get some kind of random degree.
A jack of all trades. Alexander Watson wants to know, what is the point of the hole at the top of this knife? Does
it create more like aerodynamics with the slicing technique?
Yeah, because I don't think you would hang it like that, would you? Maybe if you wanted to hang the cleaver instead of put it in the drawer.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's for.
Why does a cleaver have to?
We're going to see a TikTok that shows us exactly what it's for.
A cleaver has a hole primarily for storage, allowing it to be hung on a wall hook or pegboard, which is convenient since cleavers are too large to fit in typical knife blocks or drawers. There you go. It also provides an additional grip point to help extract the blade when it's stuck in a bone or tough meat, and reducing friction by minimizing contact area with food. There you go.
Okay.
Question answer. Sometimes we have to rely on our friends at AI, and there you go. All right, tomorrow's show, college football, Mississippi State. Going to talk with John Talty from 24/7 Sports, national college football reporter. Get some thoughts on what he thinks about Mississippi State thus far this season and the SEC. So that'll be a fun conversation to have on tomorrow's show. For Robbie Faulk, I'm Brian Hadad. Thanks for listening to Thunder and Lightning here on SuperTalk, Mississippi.